She sat quietly, holding her son's trembling hand in the school hallway, humiliated, defeated, while parents, teachers, and even students stared. No one knew the truth behind the tired eyes of the woman in worn jeans and scuffed boots. No one knew she once commanded missions overseas, defused bombs under pressure, and could take down a 200-pound man in under 10 seconds. But they were about to find out. The morning sun poured through the kitchen window of their tiny apartment, casting a golden hue on the worn countertop as Jenna Martinez packed her son Lucas's lunch with peanut butter and jelly, again. It wasn't that she didn't want to offer something more exciting, it was all she could afford after working 2 cleaning jobs and a weekend shift at the diner. "Do I really have to go today, Mom?" Lucas asked, his eyes lingering on the tears in his sneakers. The left shoe was fraying badly, the sole flapping slightly when he walked. Jenna crouched down and held his face in her hands. "Yes, baby. You're strong. You face it like you always do. And remember what I told you." Lucas tried to smile. "They can't break me. Not unless I let them." "That's my boy," she whispered, planting a kiss on his forehead. Lucas was 9. He loved science, drawing rockets, and dreaming of being an engineer. But none of that mattered at Jefferson Elementary, where the clothes you wore and the car you came in meant everything. Kids made fun of his lunch, his hand-me-down shirts, and the fact that his mom dropped him off in a beat-up old Civic with a dented bumper. And today was no different. As they walked into the schoolyard, Jenna gave him a warm smile and ruffled his hair. Lucas stepped out, trying to act confident. But as always, Tyler, the richest kid in school, spotted him. "Hey look, it's Garbage Boy and his army mom again." Tyler jeered, laughing as a few of his friends joined in. "Bet she's just some broke janitor," sneered another kid. "Probably cleans toilets for a living." Jenna heard it, but she stayed calm. She always did. The stares from the other parents burned, especially from the PTA moms in their designer coats and SUVs. She knew what they thought of her, uneducated, undesirable, beneath them. But she had faced worse. Jenna walked Lucas to the door and bent down. "Ignore them. Be better than them." He nodded, but she could see it, the disappointment, the pain. And it broke her. As she turned to leave, a PTA mom named Whitney blocked her path. Tall, blonde, with perfect teeth and a smug grin, Whitney oozed money and superiority. "You know, maybe your kind shouldn't bring kids to this district if they can't afford to keep up," she said, her voice loud enough for others to hear. "I mean, it's not charity, it's a school." Jenna didn't respond. She looked her in the eye, took a breath, and walked away. But the rage simmered. By the end of the week, rumors had spread. The PTA circulated whispers that Jenna was an unfit mother. One mom claimed she saw Jenna sleeping in the car. Another said Lucas stole an apple from the cafeteria. None of it was true. The school sent a letter home for a meeting. Jenna arrived early that Friday, sitting in the front office with Lucas beside her. He kept his eyes on the floor, biting his lip. From the conference room, voices rose. "She doesn't even have a husband. She's raising him in poverty. God knows what kind of example she sets. She's angry. Probably unstable. Her kind always are." Jenna closed her eyes. She'd heard worse in combat. But nothing hurt like this. The door opened. The principal, Mrs. Parnell, stepped out, surprised to see her already waiting. "Oh. Ms. Martinez. You're early." Jenna stood slowly. "I'm always early. Habit." Mrs. Parnell frowned. "Let's get started." Inside, the room was full, teachers, PTA moms, even Tyler's mother, Whitney. "I understand there have been concerns about Lucas's behavior," the principal began. Jenna blinked. "My son. He's disruptive. He isolates himself. Some say he's aggressive." "That's not who he is," Jenna said quietly. "Regardless," Whitney interrupted, "he doesn't belong here. Not with his background. And not with her as a parent." And that was it. Jenna's hand tightened into a fist on the table. Not because of the insult to herself, but because of what this meant for Lucas. The unfairness. The cruelty. The judgment. Mrs. Parnell cleared her throat. Do you have anything to say, Miss Martinez? Jenna stood. Calm. Controlled. And deadly silent for a moment. Then she spoke. No. You didn't, Jenna said, gently taking Lucas's hand. And neither did anyone else. But now you do. Whitney stood up, flustered. This is emotional manipulation. No, Mrs. Parnell interrupted firmly. This is truth. A long pause. Then, one of the teachers stood. Thank you for your service. And for raising a son with such dignity. Lucas looked up at her, pride shining in his eyes for the first time in weeks. And as Jenna walked out of the school with her son, heads turned again, but this time, it wasn't in judgment. It was in awe. That evening, the school board issued an apology, Lucas was given a commendation for academic resilience, Jenna was invited to speak on Veterans Day at the school. And Whitney, she was removed from the PTA for bullying behavior. Weeks later, Lucas stood on stage during an assembly, introducing his mom with a wide smile. This is my mom. She's not just a Marine. She's my hero. And I hope one day, I can be as strong as she is. The applause was real. This time, everyone stood. Jenna didn't need validation. But seeing her son beam with pride. That was her true victory. Never judge someone by their clothes, car, or silence. Strength comes in many forms, and sometimes, the quietest warrior is the one who's already won battles you'll never understand.